Hey, no one's putting Ben Roethlisberger on layaway. He just made it official, tweeting he will be back for his 14th season. Reaction?
Was there any Vegas betting odds on this? Because I should have took him. I thought Ben would come back. He loves the game, has a lot left to give, and I'm excited for the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you would have had to lay down about $1,000 to get $1.
I know, right?
Pretty much.
I know, right?
Pretty much. All right. Of course, when it comes to evaluating the draft, not so easy. There's always some that you wish you could move around. So you look at the big board from the 2014 NFL draft. Teddy Bridgewater down there at 32. Of course, the injury, you don't know what he's going to become at this point in time. But you have Johnny Manziel off the board for a quarterback. You have Blake Bortles off at 3. When you guys look at this board, who's the first one that stands out to you in terms of success story for a team? What name jumps out?
Well, one of the names, and I always go down to the middle part of the draft, and I'm going to go to the Dallas Cowboys. When we talk about the Dallas Cowboys, right there, Zach Martin, we talk about the best offensive line in football oftentimes, and the way they were built through the draft. And this guy at the guard position solidifies the inside. He plays with great power, great point of attack, pass protection as well. So he has been one of those guys, to me, it's been a big difference maker for this Dallas Cowboys football team and one of the leaders of that offensive line that is got so many accolades behind them right now.
What about you, Ryan?
Well, I'm really familiar with this guy from his college football playing days, and no, it's not Odell Beckham. It is Aaron Donald. So the Pitt Panther building is connected to the Pittsburgh Steelers football building, and I would see him every day, and I was like, who is this little dude running around here killing people at D tackle? And now you see him in the league. He's the anchor of that line. He's a defensive player of the year. He's a guy who creates havoc on each and every play up the middle. And then you hear things about him, about how much of a football savant he is and how much he cares about a game. He's going to be great for a long, long time.
Mel, who jumps off the board for you?
When you look at, I think, Khalil Mack, you think about number 52 with Ray Lewis. You think about what Khalil Mack's done, 5th overall pick. Last 2 years, 26 sacks, 7 forced fumbles. He's a marked man, and he's still dominated. That's what makes him so impressive.
Yeah, Khalil Mack is one of those guys that's just an absolute freak show, and he can beat you with speed off the edge, power at the point of attack. He can turn speed to power. He's got it all. He's one of the best pass rushers in the National
And he's the
Football League.
first guy off the bus.
Yeah.
Because he looks dang
He
good
looks
in
the
the
part
uniform,
too,
don't
right?
he?
Yeah.
Golly.
Who's the guy that you wish maybe you hadn't put on your bus to begin with?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go back to the number 2 pick right here. They even tried to put him in at the guard position at first, play him there, then move him to the left tackle position in Greg Robinson. And I'm just telling you, it just has not worked out. Whether it's coaching, lack of effort, lack of desire, I don't know. But here's a big physical guy coming out of Auburn that would just mash people, and he's gotten to this point now, and he's just been a big disappointment. So he's a guy that you would look at when you start looking at all these players underneath there, and that's the direction you went in. When you get a guy in the first round here that's a Greg Robertson, you expect him to lock down that left tackle position for the next decade plus.
No doubt.
And it doesn't look like he's going to make that happen.
No doubt.
What about you, Ryan?
I feel like I pick on this team when it comes to like bust and picks, but I have to go with the Cleveland Browns and Justin Gilbert. You look at this guy. He was a guy who was never inserted into the starting cornerback or number 1 cornerback spot for the Cleveland Browns. Ends up getting traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he never gets on the field as a cornerback or a defensive back for them. And then he was released after the season. If you look at the trajectory of his career and what was accomplished for a guy who was a top 10 pick, 8 pick overall, at the cornerback position, you expect to have a guy who goes to multiple Pro Bowls and sees at least 2 or 3 contracts. And this guy has no shot at doing that. And it's really sad for the Cleveland Browns and their fans that they went there in the top 10.
Cleveland on a 3-year stretch of having more top-round picks than any other team across the league. We'll see what they do with them this year. Mel, who jumps out on the board to you that maybe a team wish they hadn't taken?
Johnny Manziel, Jay. I think you look at the quarterbacks that were taken behind him. Derek Carr, obviously Bridgewater. Think about Jimmy Garoppolo, even A.J. McCarron, and you get nothing out of Johnny Manziel when you're the Cleveland Browns. And obviously now you're trying to get Jimmy Garoppolo, but New England says, no, you can't have him. Well, you could have had him then. You took a quarterback, gave you absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't. You know, Johnny Manziel pick. He was one of those guys you were looking to see what he could do, see if he could bring some of that Texas A&M excitement to the Cleveland Browns, and it just never materialized. And then some of the off of the field stuff didn't help that as well.
Right. You know what? When you play quarterback in the National Football League, it's not a run around and make plays off schedule. You've got to be an on schedule guy. He never was at Texas A&M, and most people, myself included, thought this was a bad decision from the start.
All right, you go back to this year. Who's not on this board that should be on this board? I'll start with you, Steve.
I'm going to go to the Atlanta Falcons and Devontae Freeman. I mean, that's a
Monster.
guy. Oh, my goodness. Physical, quick, run you over, run by you, catch the ball out of the backfield, get out and spread in the slot. I mean, there's nothing that this guy can't do, and one of the reasons that Atlanta Falcon team went all the way to the Super Bowl, unfortunately couldn't finish the deal there late in the third quarter. But Devontae Freeman is a guy in the fourth round. Are you kidding me? Fourth round value out of Devontae Freeman. What a great football player he is.
And the winner of the sent his picks in first is Ryan Clark, because I got Derek Carr. This guy, if we look at what people are doing in the league now, he should have been the first overall pick of this draft. You want to talk about dropping dimes? Anybody ever seen that Kevin Love commercial? Dropping dimes, dropping dimes. That's all Derek Carr did all season last year. Many late fourth quarter comebacks, overtime comebacks. And you saw when Derek Carr went down, it didn't just affect the offense. It affected the whole team. This guy's the leader. He's the heartbeat of that team. They should have picked him first, and if they could, they should have picked him twice.
Can you do that again for me, by the way?
What's that?
The Kevin Love dropping dimes.
Dropping dimes. Because you know he had that little thing on. And CP3 was like, Kevin, get down from there. But he was dropping dimes. I'm sorry.
I had to.
I like that. That's very
I just
good.
had to.
Very good.
We let Mel get back to work. He's only got 20 days till the draft, so he's got a few more iterations of his mock to come out. You look at this, though. The wide receivers in 2014, they combined for almost 6,000 receiving yards, almost 2,000 more than any other first-round draft class. Of course, Odell Beckham Jr. leading the way there, but impressive draft class when it comes to the receivers.